Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at the new Retro Cup, and yeah, you're gonna see my team here already. Very cool team, but also the thing that I didn't expect that I want to talk about today is it feels like Go Battle League is fixed, or like in general PvP is fixed with the newest update. Like I would recommend you to download the newest update. It's like 0.235.0 I think on Android. I don't know the iOS version, but from what I've played here at least, I had like one time I think speed up lag in like 15 games, and I had I think like one or two times where the fast moves were not perfect in terms of like sneaking through or not, and that's it. And otherwise like it was literally clean. I had like 10 games straight in the beginning where no problem was at all. Everybody got the moves perfectly in. Everything was super smooth. There was not a single like drop of frames. Everything was super smooth, and I didn't expect this at all. And I played it and was like, okay, which game am I playing? Like, where is my lag? Where is like my frustration? Why can I actually swap out when I want to swap out? What? And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they did like something of them like server-wise. If it's actually the new version, I can definitely recommend you to get the new version then, because for me it was next to perfect. And here this dude was amazing. I remember this game perfectly fine. This dude was definitely on another level, going for the shadow ball there against our normal type. But yeah, like I can recommend you get the new version. For me at least, those games that I played all evening right now were the best I've played in at least 1.5 years, I guess, of this game. And also usually during this time when the league changes, the state of the game is the worst. So having, at least for me right now, like having the very good gameplay here is kind of crazy. We have another Shadow Ball against our normal type, and you know what's gonna happen now? We have another Pokemon that learns Shadow Ball. I don't know, my opponent kind of has like some weird thing going on. It's like we have our ball Pokemon here, anyway, having 2 balls on the bottom there and 2 balls as a charge move. But yeah, you know what's gonna happen anyway. We just gonna go for more Shadow Balls against this thing, because why not? Doesn't matter at all. I think we still would have won this game easily otherwise, but I just no-shielded there because I knew my opponent, why would they go for the moves that would be neutral if they have Shadow Ball? Shadow Ball is just always the answer. Yeah, like this team is definitely something I can highly recommend you to use, by the way. We have the Cresselia in the lead. You can use something like a Hypno most likely there as well. The thing is, you kind of want to have something that can beat the Altaria as well as beating the fighting types. It's like the main thing here. You have 2 normal types on the back. You need something that beats fighting types. So having Cresselia in the lead does work. If you have like a Ghost type in the lead, I thought of Trevenant Prior would work as well. I just opted for Cresselia because I kind of want to have some extra bulk. Other than this, like on this team, usually you go for the safe swap of the Greedent. Greedent has a little bit more pressure with the charge move damage because it has Body Slam, and unlike previous seasons, the Weather Ball is not a Body Slam clone anymore. It does now less damage than Body Slam, so you do some more damage with the Greedent as it has still Body Slam, where this thing has 2 Weather Ball types, which is still fine. We have our opponent here with the Slowbro. Having Confusion, we can go for the Swam, and you see how spammy this thing is. Like honestly, if you haven't built one yet, this thing is the best Pokemon that you can run. In my opinion, in this cup, Castform beats the top 4 Pokemon of this meta, which is all you really need because you're gonna encounter them all the time. There are so many Ghost-type Pokemon, which is very good for this thing. There are so many Pokemon with just Ghost-type quick moves, for example, the Lickitung, which is very good for this thing. And yeah, it was a lot of fun to play Castform. Castform, definitely the star of this team. One problem for this team is kind of Venusaur, I guess, who like, I mean, we still have neutral matchups in the back, but I didn't really expect this. I had like one matchup before. I don't know if it's in there yet because I think I played some matches afterward, but yeah, like Venusaur is sometimes a little bit of a problem here, but it's still fine. We can go for the Body Slam spam against this Venusaur, and we should be in a decent spot here as we can farm him all the way down. Sadly didn't work, but we can go now for some Body Slam spam against this incoming Walrein. And we are sadly gonna lose the next CMP tie here, but we got the shield already, which is fine for us. We're just gonna let it go. And I think, like in total, I think I only played 13 games with this team, and I think I lost twice. so 11-2 or something. So definitely a team that works really well. My opponent swapped into the Deoxys defense here, which is kind of crazy. We can go for the Moonblast now. Moonblast does a little bit more damage, puts them a little bit lower. We're gonna let this go, and we're gonna go into our nice Castform here, which sadly won't be able to KO him with one Weather Ball here, I think. I don't think this does enough. It does enough, never mind. The Castform 2 OP. We're just gonna shield this move. It's gonna be the Icicle Spear. Does he get to the Earthquake and KO us? We have to see. We can go for one Weather Ball Rock here, and this is gonna put him very low. You actually see the Weather Ball Rock animation, which you usually never really see. And this Earthquake, we still survive. This is the thing. Castform is also still pretty bulky. This thing has a quick move that generates a lot of energy with the Hex. We have the charge moves there with the Weather Ball, which are very, very good. So yeah, like I just highly can recommend you this Pokemon. Very good Pokemon, works out pretty well. And yeah, like if you haven't got this, it's really good. Otherwise, of course, if you don't have a Greedent, you can run Lickitung. You can run also the Munchlax, for example, in this team. Definitely all very good Pokemon, but in my opinion, this is the best team that you can really run out of those Pokemon that you can run otherwise, but up to you. You can also use Zangoose, which is, in my opinion, in Great League a little bit of a weird pick, as it's very squishy. Here my opponent, I don't know, like the opponents here, they just like to go for the what's called for the Shadow Balls against my normal types for whatever reason. We should be able to farm on this Bomber, so I'm just going to shield it to prevent some health for me. We see the Medicham coming in, and we know that we're going to win this game, as we're going to still have our answer for the Medicham, the Cresselia in the back, nearly full health, and Medicham cannot do anything against this thing, which is the beauty of the Cresselia. Cresselia is such a good Pokemon, and worked out pretty well because we don't have Steel types, we don't have the Dark types, so always those Psychic types gonna have a way better time, especially also a Ranguro, which you're gonna see tomorrow on my channel. I already put my alarm on so I can go outside and grind out the next event. Gonna be very interesting, and I think this thing also gonna have a lot of play, so wait for the video tomorrow. We see the Hypno here against us, so we're gonna try to swap out onto the potential Shadow Ball. Didn't work out, but we still have our good safe swap here with the Greedent. Here we get the Fighter out, and this is what you really want with this team anyway. Yeah, the team is basically based around trying to get out the counters for the normal types. Here we can actually get 2 Body Slams on him, which allows us to farm all the way down, which is amazing. And we're gonna see here my opponent getting into the Deoxys defense, which reveals his last Pokemon. And I know that I can just go into my Cresselia now, because we don't direct resist the counter, which is really cool. We can go for one Grass Knot, which doesn't quite do enough, but we can go for a Moonblast now. And what we can also do now is just go into our Castform and spam the hell out of this thing. I just wanted to know if they have Focus Blast. They don't seem to have Focus Blast there, which is good. And we can just spam the entire way down there. You see how much damage we can do and how fast we get to the moves. It's insane. It's always 3 quick moves to get to the Weather Ball, which is really cool. And yeah, it was amazing to play this Pokemon. It's like so simple, so good, nice coverage, very spammy, which is like so annoying for the opponent, and still pretty squishy. And here I have to hope that my opponent doesn't have the Shadow Ball, and it turns out that my opponent didn't have the Shadow Ball, so we're gonna be able to win this game pretty easily, going for some nice Grass Knots here, KOing this thing, and we go into the next game. And we will see the trainer Jur going for the Warrain lead against our Cresselia. We can stay in here. We have the Grass Knot, but I actually don't want to stay in for too long here, because our backline can also deal with it. And this is our only answer for fighting types. So you kind of want to keep your Cresselia alive for a little bit at least. You don't really want to lose the first matchup. Cresselia should still survive the first matchup with some health left. Sadly, I was one move away from the charge move to be stored there. I thought I would only need one more quick move to store one Grass Knot, but we don't have one stored. We still need one quick move. And we see the Altaria coming in here, which is fine for us, as we can now spam him with Body Slam. Of course, Altaria resists the fast move 2 times, so like we don't do any damage with the Bullet Seed, but it's still our Body Slam's gonna chunk a lot, and we can swap out before they can KO us, so we can go for the Moonblast, getting the final shield. And I was thinking, I'm just gonna believe in my Castform. Castform already gonna be able to hit this Altaria for super effective damage with the Weather Ball. And this should also be able to KO him, I think. We shielded up here, my opponent swaps out into their gels. I'm just gonna try to stall for time, but this was actually not the smartest idea actually, because I have nearly 2 crunches stored in the bag. So I know that I'm gonna be able to get there anyway. And I think 2 crunches would have been enough anyway to KO this thing. Yeah, definitely. So the Weather Ball was kind of a waste as my opponent threw a move anyway. But still, we are fine as we see the War Rain coming in here. And we don't get the move through here, sadly, which is kind of annoying. So yeah, still fast moves are not always perfectly like fixed. And because we because we threw the Weather Ball prior, we only have 1 here for this War Rain, which barely doesn't KO. We get another move in there, 1 HP in a Dream. This is only a Earthquake, and this KOs us. Very bad there, because we would have won most likely if we got the fast move through. Here we have an Incineroar in a cup where Dark types are not allowed. It's most likely already gonna be fixed when you see this video, at least I hope that they fast enough, but yeah, like currently Incineroar is still allowed, and also while I'm recording it's still allowed 1 hour and 14 minutes after this cup dropped. So very nice job, Niantic. At least they banned all the other Pokemon that are from this generation that are not allowed here, but yeah, I don't know why, but we have still the Incineroar allowed in the cup where Dark types are supposed to not be allowed. We see a Quagsire coming in here. I don't think my opponent really knows what they're doing still. And they catch the move there. I was kind of distracted by tweeting about the Incineroar actually, so yeah, I knew that I win this game anyway at this point of time. Because I know his Pokemon, I know that I'm going to be able to finish off this thing pretty easily. Because we also have our Castform here, and our Castform, of course, has the Weather Ball Rock, which gonna do a ton of damage and gonna put him low enough that we can farm him all the way down now. Which is amazing, as the extra energy on Castform always comes in clutch. We see the Quagsire coming in there, and we can just go for the full body slam spam, destroying this thing completely. Hex does also still some good damage, and we can see we just need always 3 quick moves to go for 1 Weather Ball, KOing this Quagsire there. And yeah, we still can, we still have to go for some moves to KO this thing, of course. We swap out there, we actually had moves stored there, which I completely forgot. But yeah, 1 Bullet Seed was enough anyway. We see the Cresselia in the lead, the Deoxys in the lead against us, of course, which is still fine for us as we can go for some nice Moonblast. And I kind of want to swap out later, I think. I don't really want to get hit too much by charge moves. Like fast moves are like okay for my Cresselia, but not the charge moves. While for my backline, fast moves are not okay, but the charge moves are okay. So I'm just gonna swap out there. We see the little Altaria coming in here, which is of course not the best for our quick moves that are double resisted, but they don't do damage anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, we can just let this go. We still survive this, I think. With a 1 HP in the Dream, we can go for the Body Slam. Maybe I should win for the Crunch instead. But as we see here, we're gonna be able to put him into 1 Weather Ball range, and we can get there in time to KO him. As this should definitely KO him. Yep, he's gonna let it go. We see the Swampy coming in. I know that I have a Grass Knot stored, so I'm gonna be able to swap in onto his Pokemon there. Going to be able to get the shield, and we can go for another Grass Knot. This should only be the Hydro Cannon, which does not KO us. We can go for another move. Does he go 2 shields down? What does he do? Yeah, he goes 2 shields down, which I think is the right play. And they're gonna KO me here. I'm just gonna let this go, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna let this go because I was scared that he swaps out into the Deoxys anyway. And we see the Deoxys now coming up against our small boy here, our Castform. They go for the Psycho Boost, which is very good for us, as we can now let this move go. We can still keep 1 shield for the Swampert, and we farm him all the way down. Having 2 Weather Balls stored, gonna be able to go for the double back-to-back Weather Ball here. And yeah, we're gonna be able to do a lot of damage there. We're still gonna be able to shield 1 move from him, and we can still get to another Weather Ball. This thing is so amazingly spammy. But yeah, like for me, right now, at least for the 15 games or like 13 games, I think 14 games actually, it's 14 games that I played right now. Played some while rendering this video prior. So while those 14 games I played, I had a very good gaming experience, which I didn't really expect to have. So I can highly recommend you to upgrade your version to the new one, 0.235.0, and maybe your gameplay is also better. So that this fix, hopefully it's a fix, like it's like really weird to talk about, because right now this is the status quo, but you don't know how it's gonna change anyway in the future. Like it could be just like, because I'm currently lucky that my phone and my account go through to the servers better than anybody else or whatever, I don't know. But for me right now, also from what I've seen on social media, it seems to be a way better gaming experience right now. So upgrade your phone or like your app to the newest version and you should be fine. I think it's already out everywhere as well. I'm not sure about the App Store though. I know that's always out on Android already, on the Samsung and on the, what's it called, on the Play Store. And here I think there's gonna be the last game, which we also sadly gonna lose here, as this Venusaur just gonna go through me. I didn't shield there because it didn't really matter, because I know that this thing not gonna be very good for us. And yeah, I could have thrown the weather ball there already, which wasn't the smartest, that I didn't. But yeah, we're still gonna lose anyway, no matter what happened there, because the Swamphead wouldn't be in range for one weather ball anyway. So thanks all for watching. See you next video. Have a great rest of your day. And yeah, this team is definitely really good, so you should try it out, and see you. Bye.